Hi, I'm aspiring film producer Chris Perez. Now, before the pandemic started, I bumped into this funny little television show called Hardy Bucks. I reached out through social media, got in touch with two of the stars of the show, Martin Maloney and Stephen Kelly. So the pandemic hits, it's been about 18 months, and we've been communicating quite often. There is a time zone difference though, so sometimes I happen to call them in the middle of the night. Not really my fault. But anywho, flying across the ocean now to Stockholm, Sweden, to meet with these boys, to finally film and make an unbelievable project. I hope you guys like what you're about to see.
On time, 3,000 miles later.
Yeah, how are you aboard the boat? I can't afford the costumes.
A lot of people, when they first meet Chris, they're like, "What the fuck's going on with this lad? He's mental." And I'm like, he's got a different operating system, but he's fundamentally a great device of a man.
I'm loud even in America. People say they're loud Americans, but like, I'm the loudest one. I'm a little deaf due to the fact that I spent 3 years or 34 months in the Middle East, and depending on who you ask, I've been blown up 6 times or 8 times, and that's not including indirect fire. So, sorry, Europe.
So we'll have a little team talk up on the mountaintop about where the documentary has been going on.
I'm almost saying we just be like, forget about it. It was just exactly what happened the last couple of days. How I was the idiot he talked about in his TikTok. I messed up the flights. The cameraman couldn't get on. But at the end of the day, we made it to the top of the mountain.
The original idea was a travel show based on cryptocurrency. But the problem is every time you show up in the city, crypto crashes and you have no money, so you have to scramble to do what you got to do to make content.
I threw a little bit of, or most of the budget into the crypto market. And it's day one, and the market's down really bad.
You know, I thought we were starting to turn a corner there. This American guy came down and he was like, "Oh my God, we're in the money. And I'm like, "Oh yeah." Like, I genuinely thought we were going to be up a couple of grand, like, you know, but then he said, €40. And I was like, €40 isn't too bad. But then it was like Bitfinance. Whatever the fuck that is, like, you know.
The first day I met Martin, the cameraman Sam was late.
So Chris's first night in Stockholm, I was out late the night before. We were at a party.
As I show up at his house, he's just waking up, and he had been out the night before. And he was like, "Chris, we gotta go." I'm like, "Martin, it's nice to meet you, bud. I just was wondering if I could take a nap, maybe eat something." No. We've got to go. There's a boat party. There's a sauna in it. We're going to be in like one of the fjords in Stockholm. It's going to be so sick.
And I was like, "Hey, Chris, great to see you. Just leave your bags down and let's roll."
We get there, it's raining outside. The boat doesn't take off from the dock. We end up in Gamla. And I acted like a stupid American idiot to a group of Middle Eastern men that have obviously fled their homes due to America's bad decisions in the Middle East. And they were not happy that an American man was running off at his mouth, and they taught me a good lesson.
So the first night obviously wasn't too good. We're gonna go meet up with the guys now, get this film underway, because it can't get much worse than this, right?
I got punched in the face from behind that sounded like a gunshot. Like, everyone scattered. There's a lot of people hanging out in Gamla after the bars closed, just milling about on the street. But once Chris got hit, it was like the roaches when the lights go on, man. They just scattered.
It sounded like that.
Sounded like a fucking gunshot, man.
There's no way.
That's why I got so spooked.
Can we tell the story on camera?
Nah,
Not yet.
Nah.
What did you do?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a couple days.
It'd be one of them. He got caught because he was bragging about it on the... What the fuck's that? The fish under there.
That was the first 24 hours of showing up in Stockholm. "Hey, Martin, oh, party time!" Crack. That's basically the gist of it. No cameraman either. If the cameraman had been there, it would have been worth it getting punched in the face. But he wasn't even there. It was smooth sailing after the first day compared to the first day, because it could not have gotten worse. Absolutely could not have gotten worse. Like I said, physical assaults, no cameraman, no equipment, hangovers from my co-stars. I didn't even want to act in this. Another Irish guy named Owen told me he was going to come, and he was going to be the 3, and I was going to try and bring the Hardy Bucks back together. But he just bailed like 2 weeks before we were coming.
We rolling like she don't roll. How's it going? This is Mark Maloney.
Stephen Kelly, Cowboy Laughing.
And this is Chris Perez, the producer of the show.
How you doing?
We're gonna climb a hill of shit to see the view. And we're about 4 days late into the shoot. Some crazy shit has happened.
4 days to get from Mayo to Stockholm, but we're here now.
Finally. It's been mental. It's been like we've been stuck in purgatory for the last 4 days. Yeah. But we're gonna make it rain!
Make the magic, man!
The first week of filming this project, I was paranoid for various reasons. Then the second week, my ex-wife was like, you have to have the children this week. So we didn't get half as much filmed due to some circumstances that happened when Chris had arrived. And then my ex-wife telling me I had to have the kids.
I don't know what I want my end-all, be-all to be. And I think that kind of is part of the problem with these projects is we just go into it kind of like chickens with our head cut off or run around until we die.
I actually lost my debit card.
Which one?
What do you mean? Which one?
We paid for the cab with it.
Yeah, where's it at?
And put it back in there.
It's gone.
No, it's not.
Alright, fine. Yeah, you open that.
So we gonna sleep here tonight?
We've got our own beds. We're not sleeping underneath plants. Look at this guy. But
Where's the fucking food, man?
I was just trying to buy it, but I lost my debit card.
What the fuck?
Towards the end, we actually made some good content. It would have been better if the Ferrari dealership was open on the day that we had planned to go. That would have made the whole show.
You reckon that they do 0 to 60?
0 to 300. Come on, let's go and talk to the dealers. We're gonna go cruising when they go.
Here, the door here. It's closed.
I just want to cruise in the car and look moody. Simple as that.
And it would have been better if the Uber driver would have let me sit in the front seat, but he had COVID rules, so my cameraman and my actors had to sit in the back to go out to this Nelk Boy party house. You watch the episode, you'll see how the party turned out, but I couldn't even be there.
This is the Nelk Boy, man. This is James St. Ledger. James St. Legend. Yeah. Do you enjoy the ethos of freedom and liberty?
I do, yeah.
Do you like V8s and screaming eagles?
I do, yeah.
Do you like choppers on the open road?
Oh,
do you like Mama's apple pie?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like IPA?
No.
Fair enough.
What we have done since then in Phoenix, Boston, New York, and London has been much better. Much better.
All clappy, look at us now. You often wrote about me saying, Harvey Bookster assaulted 3 men in the pub.
No!
Look at us now, we're in America, you cunts.
He's a fucking dick. He told me to shut up. And he called me stupid several times. It's a pot that's boiling, all I'm saying.
Would you want to work with him again?
Oh, never. Ever, ever, ever.
Chris Perez is dead to me. He's dead to me. Woo!